1, 2, 3. Tag Me In Podcast. Tag Me In Podcast.
Hey.
Back again.
Hey.
Back again. Myself, Anton.
Ola.
Bam, with the kick. Shooting now.
Who showed that to me? Someone showed it to me. I was like, yeah, I'm using that.
What's that?
Just some girl kept doing it. She's like, hey. I was like,
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You fired up?
Sleepless nights, but yeah, we're here, man. Fired up and ready.
Sleepless nights? Why? What's going on?
Oh, I've got an exam in about a month's time, so I've just been going a bit
Overboard.
Yeah, a bit like intense. But yeah. How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm
Yeah?
good. Yeah, we're recording later than usual.
Yeah. No, later on in
We're
the
still
day.
bringing that fire, that energy.
Of
don't worry.
course, man.
Yeah, don't worry.
Of course, man.
Right,
Juice and power.
Come. So, what's today's topic?
Today's topic is... I've actually forgot the topic.
Right,
Hold
rejection.
on.
I feel rejected, you
I
know?
don't feel rejected.
I feel rejected, man.
Oi.
How can you reject me like that, man?
I'll never forget. So today's topic is about rejection and that's sort of how people deal with it,
Yeah.
how people take it and how they kind of move on.
Unfortunately, or sorry, is usually the lines that kind of
Yeah.
like
That email.
email, text message,
Glad
phone
to see you at
call.
the interview.
No, it's always unfortunately. It's
On
always the
this
first line.
occasion...
Hello, Anton. Unfortunately,
On this occasion, what? Oh, your great guy just on foot. Oh, you know what? Just block me.
you have to hear it.
Yeah, it's part of life, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to hear
Oh,
it.
man. Do you remember?
Unfortunately.
Can you remember the last time you got rejected?
Last time, bro, I didn't
Yeah.
think you were going to go in straight from the top.
Oi.
Bro, I die. Play.
What, that good? Yeah.
No, not even that good. Not even that good. But I just... Fam. I'm going to have to come back to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. When's the last time for you?
I remember exactly. Okay, it was Christmas time,
Bro.
darling, and I remember. Oh,
Bro, it's alright, man. I ain't got a box of tissue.
No.
So it's alright, man.
no, I'm kidding. But I do remember.
Was it Christmas?
Yeah.
Swear.
I don't know if you remember. I told you about someone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So seeing each other, things were going well, or so I thought.
Yeah.
And then, like, you know when they hit you with the, by the way, we need to talk?
Oh, so it wasn't a sorry or unfortunately.
No, at first, it started with we need to talk. And it
Yeah.
just, you know when you get that call and I'm like, what? I just knew where it was kind of going. And I was like, well, what have I done? What have I done? Like, so yeah, met in Costa, Starbucks, whatever. She was avoiding it. I was like, don't do that, man. Just kind of get
Say
to
it,
it.
man. Come
Yeah.
on.
Then just after I was like, no, you're kind of milking it, man. It's been 40 minutes. Just kind of.
Yeah.
How was your day? I'm like, don't worry about my day.
She's
It'll be
warming
good.
up to it. Come on.
Nah, she warmed up for 45
It's
minutes.
not easy, you know.
I think it was harder for me though, because it's like I
You're
know
waiting. You're
it's like I'm like just pull the trigger kind of thing. I know you're gonna do it, but you just
don't
yeah.
shoot. Don't shoot.
And then it was kind of like decent guy, blah blah blah, but things just aren't working.
Yeah.
My focus is here. I'm a strong, independent. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
This is the direction I want to go in. And I was like, you know what? Absolutely fair enough. I respect you for being woman enough to kind of pull me to the side and kind of tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me what usually happens in those situations. In general, and maybe more so for just people and our generation, that people would just maybe like block you or just start airing you. You know when you get the 2 blue ticks.
Yeah.
No response.
No responses.
Yeah. But I did respect her for the fact that she actually said to my face, because I know a lot of people now would just
She
block.
sucked up the
block.
courage. She was like, yo, I need to tell you something.
And for that, I 100% rate her. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? I rate you even more.
So
But
you
that's why I was pissed, because I rated her and liked her even more because she did it with like, I'm like, oh, just stop, man.
So you saw that as rejection?
It was rejection, yeah. Because I wanted to further the friendship into a relationship.
Yeah.
And it kind of ended there.
But it wasn't a friendship. You always had the aspect of dating, right? So you guys
No, it
met.
started off at friends, but yeah, there was obviously
Okay.
that intention of actually, you know what?
Oh, right.
You know when you get
Because
to
I
know
thought,
someone,
like, at the stage, you two were dating. So you already were in the motion of it. Oh.
that was what I was angling to.
Yeah.
I wanted like a
And then she
relationship.
said, sorry,
She's like,
unfortunate. So I need to start saying that, you know.
nah. Stop, don't do that to me.
Unfortunate. But at the same time, like, it is rejection. I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah.
But it's just, I guess you got to keep in mind that not everyone's going to like you or...
No.
No.
No, I know what you mean.
Like,
It's life.
I've
It's
been
life.
there, like-
it's not even just with relationships. So what were you gonna say?
Like, I've been there. Like, I've been there. Like, why are you rejecting me? Like, you walk up to some girl, you're like, all right, boom, let me talk to you. Obviously, I don't talk to them like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go over the road man to you. Like, hey, what you saying, man? Son? Let me talk to you.
What
Boom.
you do then?
They're not ready for this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Tammy and Tammy.
Oi.
How you doing, man? You're right. You having a good day? Alright,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, no, see, where you up to? What, you going to play the
Sainsbury's.
Bro, you guys, I'm going to Sainsbury's too, man. Not going to Sainsbury's. I'm going to walk up the road anyway, chit-chat anyway. Chatting, vibing, whatever.
I'm not interested.
Yeah. What?
You're not my type, bro.
What is your type?
Not you.
Whoa.
Please.
And I used to take that deep. Like, I used to be like, what's wrong with me?
But it is.
And
like,
it also plays on like your self-esteem sort of thing. Like, although it says self, but like, you kind of like get hit. It's like,
yeah.
all the air at your chest, like, what is wrong with me? You start comparing yourself with other people.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Who's better than me? Like, not in an arrogant type of way, but like,
I know what you mean.
what do they have when you do that comparison thing?
Like, you
Especially,
challenge yourself and like, oh, what didn't I have? Like, why not me?
Yeah.
What about me wasn't good enough?
But that's what I'm trying to say. You just wasn't the person for them.
Yeah, yeah, and I think I kind of learned that because you're not obviously going to tick everyone's box.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even just with relationships. It's like rejection with like jobs. Like you said, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's like
I remember the time I got rejected from my first proper like job. I was trying to go for a placement.
Yeah.
It was GSK. I went there. I was feeling proper confident. Sat down. They grilled me. I walked out. Still felt confident.
Yeah.
They called me up. They said, "Sorry, you haven't got this." And you put in so much time and effort. You think you're gonna bang it, and they're like, "Nah, but you did this wrong and that wrong." And that feedback was great, but at the same time, I felt rejected. I was just like,
yeah, what's going on? And that was soon after graduation, wasn't it?
no, this is like scan. They do placement years.
Oh yeah.
So it's like in between my second and final year.
But it's like how me and you sort of found jobs relatively quickly after graduation. So I got my first job. It was in summertime as well. So it was literally a month after graduation. So I was feeling like, yeah. It was only supposed to be for a month for summer.
Yeah.
Then they were like, actually, Ola, you're really, really good at what you do. Stay for another 6 months, we'll extend your contract, give you more money, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Got confident. I was like, yes. 6 months came. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm leaving. They were like, actually, you've gone above and beyond. I'm not even gassing. They were like, yeah, you're really good. Just stay for another couple of months.
I keep saying this to you, man. Every single company you walk into.
I was like, actually, this time I was like, okay, but I'm definitely leaving. Cool. So then before I was leaving, I probably had about 6, 7 job interviews. 3 of them were like second stage. So I was like, cool. I felt confident to kind of leave the job without a job, but with the prospect of getting one of these 6 jobs. And I was like, you know what? Up until now in my life, any job I've applied for, I've gotten it always. I've always been promoted, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm a good employee. I know I put in the work. So I felt confident. This is probably where I kind of fell. So first job, they were like, oh, you didn't get it? I was like, cool. I've got 5 more. Best believe, Anton, in the space of about a week and a half, all 6, 7 jobs rejected me. So I didn't get anyone else.
Man's reference in 6, 7,
6, 7. Oi! Take it.
The man's going to learn.
Nice, oi! That's good. So anyway, like 2 weeks in, I didn't have any jobs. I was like, 2 weeks, I've saved up enough money for about a year's worth of living expenses. I'll be fine. About 6 months. Sorry. Best believe in 6 months' time, 6 months came, hand on my heart, I had nothing, and like I think that was probably when I was at one of the lowest points in my life because it was like I've gone from the guy who's had the job, saved, getting ready to get a house, blah blah blah, to the guy who's
spending everything.
Yeah, spending the savings because obviously I need to live, need to eat. Haven't got a job. I was applying for I'd be up at 6. Didn't go to bed till 11. I was applying for jobs. Like
looking for a job is a job in itself.
Precisely, and I wasn't getting anything. And I was just like, what's happened? And I think what hurt me most was like seeing in my inbox every day, unfortunately, on fam, do you know how crushing that was? That really, honestly, hand on my heart, I don't think I've ever been, I've never been that got me. And especially when I had friends who were like, those kind of people who always mess around and play. When they were telling me about, do you help with a job? I was like, rah. Like, when someone who isn't serious in life tells you they want to help you get a job, that's when I was like, that's when I was like, rah. Like, okay.
So in that moment, what did you do? Like, were you just kept on persisting through it?
I just remember, I just went for I used to walk a lot. Like, I'd literally walk for 45 minutes. I'd walk from Stokey to what was I walk to Angel or even further. Just walk, just think about life. What is this, man? What's going on? Just kind of clear my head and be at the house. And I remember one day I was just walking. I was like, no. I got a ping on my phone. And it was a job I really wanted. It was actually one that I really did want. Bank of England.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. And I went there, I was like, yeah, they were like, yeah, you're actually really, really good. Then I got the unfortunately. And like, if you had seen my face, you would have known that, okay, I was not happy. I was just angry. But then I walked it off. I was like, okay, I can't let this happen again, man. So then I applied for a job at the current company I'm at. I was like, that went well, man.
So when you said you can't let this happen again, what did you do differently?
I guess it was just a bit more energy. And I think what I was doing was like I said, sometimes I put a bit too much energy in things, like I go overboard. And I think because I didn't have a lot of sleep, I might have been making mistakes or whatever, but I was like, let me just have a bit of rest, come back energized, power up. Had a bit of rest, took a couple of days off. I was playing my guitar at this point, and I was fairly proficient. Went back in, applied for the job, spent £50 to come to Bristol for like an hour, then to go back.
Sure.
Yeah, trains are expensive.
Yeah.
Cool. 2 weeks later, they were like, you didn't get it. Ooh. Then I was like, nah.
Proper testing.
Bam. Boy, when these 6 months crushed, man. I was literally down to my last penny. Cool. Tried again. Got the job. I was like, oh. So
do you realise what you did differently? Or do you reckon it was like a matter of
for me, I think it was persistence.
Okay.
Because I was checking my CV cover letter every day. I'd leave it, I'd go away, I'd get other people to check it. Like when I say it was refined.
Because people say sometimes rejection is a sign.
Yeah. And at first I thought it's a sign of I'm obviously doing something wrong. So again, I was like changing it up, switching it up. But I think for me at that point, it was maybe just like perseverance, a test of like perseverance. Because sometimes you push, you don't really get any kickback, the door doesn't open. I was like, I've got to keep going. And I think one thing that was beautiful for me was the initial person who interviewed me. I remember when I saw him at the company a few months later after I passed the second interview, and he just he did a double take. And I know I've mentioned this before, like I was just walking, suit and tie, boom, 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 gonna do my reports. Then he was just like, what? He proper put his thing down, he was looking at me, he was just looking at me for like, and I was like, all right, bro, all right, cool. I made my point. He was just looking, I'm like, yeah, it's me.
I'm in the building.
You said no, I came back. Wait.
Yeah.
So that was a big one for me.
In terms of rejection, would you say like going back to it or keeping up with it? Because like sometimes there's rejection in terms of like relationship. If you get parted off by a girl, do you keep on going, or do you like to say, all right, cool? Because
again, I had this conversation with someone. For me, it's reflection and analysis. Get rejected once or twice, it's life. Get on with it. If you're getting rejected on a consistent basis, if every girl's like, move, man, if every job is like, no, then for me, it's about taking a step back and looking and reflecting. Okay, look, what are you, not saying you're bad or you're wrong, but just look at what sort of method are you using. Is your breath stinking?
So, girls, do you, because obviously sometimes you've got your own glasses on, so do you then look at other people, or do you try and get feedback from others? So from your interviews, do you go, can I get feedback? And then if you get parted off by a girl, do you go, because this is going to sound wrong, what's wrong with me though?
Yeah. No, with like moving to women, it is a bit hard because when you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? Sometimes maybe just ask like a female friend, okay, you've seen me do this and that, what's your opinion? If I approached you in that manner, how would you feel? Then with jobs, again, like you perfectly said, it's, can I get some feedback, please? Fair enough, you said no, it's absolutely fine. Yeah. You didn't have that many applicants, so you may have the time to give me feedback. Just let me know. Yeah. And I think that analysis is really important.
I've always said that to people. Yeah. Always, because when I got rejected from GSK, they gave me the best feedback that, it set me up for the rest of my interviews. Yeah. Because they were like, the interviews were okay, but you didn't have them in the structure. And they told me about the STAR technique. Yeah. Situation, task, action, result. Every single interview I went into after that, I was banging it. And every single one, I was just like, walking out, they called me up. Yes. But in the place, like by the time that I finished third year and I was going to go into my placement, second year, and I was going to go into my placement, I had 3 job offers. Yeah. I think, yeah.
They were giving me some when I
but this is placement time. Yeah. And it was all based on the fact that they gave me feedback from that rejection moment.
So that's feedback. So then, would you then say that feedback builds people, like builds character? Because I don't know if you've ever heard that. Because without that feedback, who knows where you would be?
Yeah, it's constructive criticism, as I like to say. But also at the same time, I feel like you have to play the numbers game. So rejection is one of those things that comes with life. Like you're gonna get rejected 800 times.
But
But maybe one day it will work. You know,
Yeah.
it's like with people who come up with ideas or even like the inventions of light bulbs and stuff like that 10,000 times, and then boom, it worked. Like,
and that next time it's just like keep. But it's obviously like with people and emotions, it's never really easy. It's easy to sit there and say, yeah, just keep going, but
it's painful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because we've obviously both been in that situation of like just keep getting hit back. It's like, right. Like, yeah, we know that it is a numbers game, but but you just know that as a human being, it's like you have emotions. That kind of doubt sets in of, oh, why me? What did I do?
And you want to be
why
accepted.
Did she say no?
You want to be accepted.
Yeah.
Like, that's just your place in the world. You just want to be accepted and loved by everyone, and everyone's just rejecting you. Like,
it's not easy, man. And like, just, I mean, hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Like looking back, I'm just like, if I could kind of see myself or talk to myself, just be like, keep pushing, brother.
So, like, what did you take away from that hard time?
So for me, again, the most important ones was like self-reflection. Look at what you're doing, and just question yourself. Like, don't be very objective. Come outside your skin. If you were the person employing, or if you were the person being moved to, how would you feel about the approach you're taking? You know, what steps can you do around that to improve? If you're not good at self-reflection, ask those that are close to you. Again, ask like the job or the person directly how they can help you or how you can improve.
So it taught you that element of
because sometimes it's like you don't really see yourself, if that makes sense.
So,
like,
question.
You can see the back of my head.
Before that time, would you say you wasn't very good at reflecting?
I wouldn't say reflecting. I'd say I wasn't that resilient. So I wasn't maybe that good at like taking knockbacks. Because obviously at that time, before that, I had a job. I was fine, whatever. So if I was getting rejected for anything, it wasn't really necessary to life, or like it wasn't that important. But with a job, you need structure, you need that finance. So then that was when it was like critical, kind of deep end kind of thing. And it's like, okay, sink or swim. And I'm drowning for nobody. I'm gonna learn to swim, and then I learned that resilience. For me, it was more about resilience, and in life that you're gonna get pushed back. Keep going. There are things you're gonna want, you're not gonna get it, but find another way.
So, like, I guess this is taking it slightly away from the topic. Like, when we talk about potentially jumping away from our careers and stuff like that. Is your experience, having that 6 months part of the reason why you're like, oh, I'm not too sure, because you don't want to put yourself back in that sink or swim situation?
I think it's the kind of like the little scar, like the pain, the backlash. That's kind of what it is. Obviously, I would, and again, taking it away long term, I'm looking at like starting off going part time, so a little kind of like dip in, starting off kind of going from there. Do you know what I mean?
Little toe.
Little toe. Just okay, maybe just pop, just hold on, and like.
And then your job comes along and just push you in, like, so we're getting rid of you.
Cool. That's absolutely fine. But again, I think, I would obviously love to be in that position where I just kind of move away. But because of that experience I guess it is kind of holding me back, but I don't really want to use it as an excuse.
I wouldn't say holding you back.
I don't want to use it as an excuse to not kind of push, because I'm obviously pushing in the other direction to kind of get to where I want to be. But like, what's the worst way you've been like rejected or part by like a woman or a job, or maybe probably like a woman, or just in general?
Woman inside. I think it's just like, when you're in the club and you're talking to some girl and she's like, no, sorry. But I didn't do how certain guys are like, oh, your butters anyway. It's
absolutely. What do you mean, no?
It's just like times where it's like, and I used to do it, just be like, knocks my confidence a bit. Oh, man, should have got that trim today. And then I'll be like, boy, I'm not feeling that great today. And it's like, it's a painful experience just in terms of rejection as a whole. And like, it's kind of weird because they say that rejection is very similar to, or when someone goes through rejection, it stimulates the same part of the brain as physical pain.
That's deep.
I'm like, so you're telling me someone could punch me, and yet I will still feel the same way by, like, I could get rejected and still feel like I've been physically like hit by someone.
Punch in the face.
Muay Thai kick to the face. So I find that interesting, but like someone, in fact, on our Instagram, someone mentioned the fact that there's a difference between pain and suffering.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So like, pain you can't avoid. So rejection, you get the pain afterwards, but the suffering is the element of not allowing it to eat you up. Like, you have the choice to say whether it's going to impact me or not.
Brush it off.
So like, I feel like I probably do face rejection pretty much, because when you hit me with a question at the start, I was like, when's the last time? I probably been hit, but I still don't know when.
I was just like, oh, all right, Anton.
It's not even like that. Like, it
Yeah.
happens, but at the same time, I think like I had my moment. Boom. All right, cool. Get back up. It is what it is, sort of thing.
But do you think in those moments that people become more like what's the word I'm looking for? More self-doubt kind of sets in, because you know it really is that point of why though.
Question. Yeah. You go into that little, what's going on? What do I need to work on? Like you keep on saying about that reflection. Like, I swear, like I cut my fingernails. Like everything should have been alright.
And I think for me, but like the worst one is like when it's kind of like just airtime. It's like club situation or just on the street. How you doing, darling? Alright, what's that? Well, like I know you see me. I know you. I can see you giving me side eye. What are you doing? But yeah, like one thing that I'm kind of like don't like about it is that. So now I'm a bit more like reclusive.
So we're talking about being rejected by the opposite sex.
Yeah. Not just opposite sex, but like opposite sex. Like going forward, I'm like, okay, I've been parred by this one, been parred by that one. That wasn't nice. It's
I
like
don't
now
want myself back there.
Yeah. It's like fear of like being back in that situation. It's like seeing the girl, I'm like, oh, she's really cute or whatever. I want to chat to her, but I'm like, we're in an open space. There's a lot of people here. There's the possibility of like that rejection.
Yeah.
Even taking away all the people. If it's just me and her, it's like, do I really want to go through that again?
Yeah. You almost kind of associate your past, isn't it? If you've been there before, you're like, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? So yeah, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot, and there is that element of self-doubt. But I think once you get into the mindset, I'm preaching it, but I don't really practice it. It's like when you understand that it's just a numbers game. Like, you got to keep on doing it. You got to fail. Like the only way that things happen in life is getting used to that failure part. Failing once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Am I still here? 100 times, 1,000 times, and keep going. And eventually, like, it will work out for you. Not saying that you harass someone.
Please.
You don't.
They said if I try.
Yeah.
Hello.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying
calling the police.
You know, you do hear stories of people who get rejected from jobs, and then, like you are a prime example, and doing it again, or maybe following up and saying, "Give me another chance." And sometimes it works. You hear about people who were just persistent with a friend, trying to force a friendship, knocking on the door, and then eventually a friendship, and it was a beautiful friendship in terms of rejection from, I don't know, even business ideas, as I explained before, like big business idea, I pushed it, got rejected here, I went on Dragon's Den, got rejected, next minute, boom. Yeah. So like...
It's even the same story with like Ford and like KFC, so apparently the Colonel KFC, he pitched his like idea, I think it was 1,000 or like a couple £1,000, and then they kept rejecting it, and now it's like, look at what he's built.
Look at my man Steve Jobs, he got kicked out by Apple and still came back and made a career. So like,
they're going to kick you out your own business and to buy himself back in. Oh man, so that shows you the level of like persistence and perseverance developed from that consistent rejection. Yeah. It really does, like, I think it just builds character.
It builds your character. I feel like once you get to a place where you're strong within, rejection is nothing.
But I feel like you have to be rejected to get to that point.
It's experiences, man.
You just have to kind of go for it.
Yeah, it's training, man. Training day.
So what exercises would you say people could do to put themselves in that situation? Just put themselves out there, really.
Yeah, I feel like just get burnt a few times. Yeah, because I guess I'm still in that kind of like, I don't like rejection. I haven't gone to that part in the development world of like being like, boom, rejection, come at me, come on, I'm ready for you.
Where you at?
Where you at? You're on my shoulder. Hey, dust you off. You're on my right shoulder. Boom, see you later. I'm not at that point. Because like there are times I'm like, I have those moments, I see something and I'll be like, nah. Talk myself out of it. Yeah. Because like the inner voice is like, nah.
But isn't that you, bro? Rejection working against you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I said. It's something I have to work on. And the only way I can work on it is actually by not even listening to that voice and just going, boom, I have to do it. And then accepting the fact. It's acceptance as well. Like this accepting. So yeah, it's a painful experience if you get rejected. But then it's how quick do you kind of say, I'm not going to allow this pain to go on much longer. I'm not going to suffer, and I'm going to accept it for what it is. So I got rejected from a job. That's what it is. Yeah. Accept it, move on.
Ready to go from there. Boom. So it's the whole kind of like, it's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get back up, how you kind of push back against that. Yeah.
I swear that's a line from Rocky.
Yeah, I've seen a quote somewhere.
The difference is winning and losing. And it is like that, you know. You will win eventually.
Yeah. Wins and losses. It is essentially the game of life. I think, yeah, no, you're right. I think it is definitely like a numbers game. Like, just keep pushing. You're going to get there in the end.
Yeah.
Like, even remember when we started, I think with us, it was like, looking at like numbers and just kind of how we're going to get our processes done and like routine and stuff. It was like, this isn't working. That's not working. What's going on here? The microphone, the camera, it's just like, Yeah. And I think with us, it was just that consistent of like, keep going every week, meet up, recording, looking at what needs to be done, planning it, writing it down, just kind of getting it done.
It's like the rejection from some people out there that we've been reaching out to.
Yeah.
Airtime, like not replying back to our messages, like what's that about? But it's what it is.
Who's gonna start dropping names?
No, I'm gonna do that. Pepper.
But even with that, even though like we're not
podcast distract.
Hey, Anton, tag them in.
Right,
what?
Ready.
Hook jab, what? Right hook. But even with us, it's like, even though fair enough, it's still early days, we've still sort of seen some form of success against like all the kind of levels of rejection and the kind of like kickback we've been getting and stuff with like venues or whatever. And it's like, as you know what, putting in the work, you're going to see results. Just keep pushing.
It's all part of it. Just take it in stride, isn't it?
Anything else in life. I think something I'd like to kind of pose or challenge is to like ask people to kind of tell us how they've been rejected, or to put yourself in a situation where you know you'll be rejected, not to get rejected, but to kind of see how you react to it or how you kind of deal with it. So essentially, it's like putting yourself in that deep end.
You setting a challenge.
Yeah, man.
Right. We've got to partake.
Obviously, as I was going to say, I'm like, we have to do it. So I was like, ooh, what form are you kind of looking at? It could be something easy as like just going to like.
Try and be cheeky and try
that's what I'm saying.
Try and get a free meal from that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Just go to the shop. Can I have a coffee for free? What? Get out. Cool.
Do it 100 times then.
Angela, I got coffee.
10x.
I'm in prison. Yeah, I think I might try something like that. So like going to like the shop and like ask like a coffee for free or something, or free Nando's meal.
Just get used to that rejection. Sorry, no, can't do that. No.
Oh, you're filming that, Anton. Oh no, I delete
that. No.
Yeah, do you see yourself doing it, or you kind of like you a bit nervous? Or
no, I can jump on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
can jump on that one.
Jeez.
But like, I'm trying to think of something that really pushed me out. I
want a MacBook, so I got a.
Is it? You would have said that sort of level, like,
Apple.
I need a digital SLR. Like, come on.
Oh yeah.
Go into PC World and try and get someone to pay for it for you.
I get a DSLR, please. That Canon 350
for free.
Sir.
The biggest part ever. Are you mad? Does it look like I've got that kind of money to pay for it for you, sir?
Okay. No, I think I can. Sounds weird, but I think I can like hold L's well. So again, I think because I've taken L's, held rejection, like dock up, water off a dock's back.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Just on to the next one.
Yeah.
On to the next one. I feel that. It is, you've got the right mindset. You have to be like that.
You have to, yeah. But it's obviously, so I think it's a constant battle. It's not just like rejected once or twice. Like, I'm used to it. It's like, kind of like the gym, it's like conditioning and training. It's got to be constant. It's like built in.
It's like building a protective kind of armour, isn't it?
Yeah, that layer, that like, it's literally, thick skin. Thick skinned, But
then it's also knowing who you are, like deep down. It's that belief, isn't it?
Things,
like, if you get rejected from a job, for instance, and you know how good you are, like, you just be like, they're missing out. That kind of attitude, like, it's your loss. There'll be someone else out there who's going to hire me, probably pay me more, probably give me a promotion in 2 months anyway. That kind of like gas talk. Not super gas, but back it up with...
like, being confident, back yourself. But then would you say, so like bringing it back earlier where I sort of said, with me having gone through rejection, it's self-reflection. With you, would you say you're good at reflecting and maybe adapting? The reason I ask is because Christmas just gone. I met up with like family friends and a family friend and his like cousins, and we were talking to the girls, blah blah blah, talking about relationships and stuff. And I was sort of asking if you dated a guy, because it's about relationships. And I was like, okay, if you were dating someone or a few people, and they all kind of cheated on you, what would you kind of do? Like just random scenarios. And I was sort of saying, if that was me, I would kind of look at myself and I'd see maybe if they all left me for the same reason, I need to look at myself and say, I'm the common denominator. Maybe there's something I'm doing. And I was asking one of the girls, I was like, oh, would you kind of look? And she was like, no, if that happened, it's them, it's all them. So I'm like, at no point would you ever look at yourself and say, maybe there's something that I'm doing or not doing. How are you in that sort of situation? If you're in a situation where
like that,
like you've dated,
that's a horrible situation.
Yeah,
to be in.
it is horrible, but it's like you still kind of have to.
She could be right. It could not be you. It could just be it could be you because you might be making the wrong choices, but you're simply not aware of it. But
like, there's 5-6 relationships. They've all left you for the same reason.
But you could actually be this super nice person, but you're just going for the wrong person. Like guys who don't really value your niceness or whatever.
But then isn't that still that person putting himself out in a certain way though?
What, being nice?
Not even being nice, but maybe just
the problem could be they could be with the wrong person. Yeah. But there is that element of where they'd be like, it's me, and that's a dangerous place to be in. Like, I would probably do the same sort of thing, thinking, I'm 5 people, 5 girls have just cheated on me. Are you mad? Like, bro, it must be me. No, man. But you haven't really got answers. Yeah. Unless they're saying, the reason I cheated on you was because, I don't know, you don't go down on me like 24/7. I'm like, but I had to eat food last night. I had to work. No. Mad scenario. But like, I just don't. I think it's a challenge. I don't.
But would you self-reflect though?
Yeah, but I'd be scared. Like, I would hate for that scenario. Yeah. And to be that person who has to reflect. Yeah. Because it'd be like, it's me. It's me. 5 times. It's definitely me. So I think it could
there is that perspective that it's like maybe you're just a good person, maybe they're not. Because sometimes in that situation, they sort of get insecure that this person's way too good for me. Yeah. And then out, it's a form of like cheating or whatever. Yeah. And then they kind of use that as an excuse.
Because the other aspect of rejection I wanted to talk about was, have you rejected other people? Have you been the person that's been like, sorry, you're not the one for me? Yeah. And is that easy to do? Because I feel bad.
Yeah, but I do feel bad, but should you feel bad? Because what you're doing, it's good, but it's not good. Let me explain. So it's good in the sense that it's good in the sense that you're letting them know what going from dot. Yeah. I'm not interested. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just not interested. I'm not feeling for you the way you feel for me. Boom. And it's obviously bad in the sense that you're hurting someone's feelings. You had no intentions of doing it, but it is what it is. Like, that's life. I'd rather kind of hurt you now or let you down gently now than wait for you to develop feelings by me leading you on by not letting you know what's going on, that I don't feel the way.
That's why I think it happens quite a lot, because people are just too scared. Like, they don't want to hurt someone.
But then against that, in saying that, at the same time, some people cannot take rejection. Let's be honest. Some people they can't handle it. They can't.
Yeah. But what are you supposed to do?
What? What do you mean you're not interested, man? Man, look at you, man. Yeah. Like, I don't get, like, when guys move to a girl, the girl says no, and then they get angry. Oh, your butt is anyway. Yeah, if she's butters, why did you approach her in the first place?
Because they can't deal with the rejection. Like, and they don't understand the whole fact that, like, not everyone's for you.
But for me, it's like, if you're confident and man enough to approach, you should be confident enough to hold the L. Like, it's risk and reward. Yeah. You took a big risk. You should accept it didn't work.
They just can't actually understand why you rejected them. Like,
but is that more a reflection of their ego? That just their ego can't handle the rejection and they've just kind of gone off? I feel like it's an ego trip. Like,
it could be ego, but I think it's also like just a lack of just awareness. Like, they probably par off certain people as well. Like, they're probably like, nah, you're not for me. Yeah. And they don't really. Yeah, it probably is an ego, because then at the same time they say that I can reject X, Y, and Z. Yeah. But then you're going to reject me?
It's like,
you must be lying.
No one rejects me.
Yeah.
So have you done a lot of rejecting yourself?
I've been a person that has rejected people, but like I said, I felt bad about it probably every single time. But I already evaluated it. Like, there's a reason. Like, you're not for me.
Yeah, and you can't force things. Sort of thing.
I'm not gonna force it. Like, I've been in relationships and been like, this ain't working. Yeah, this is not for me. You could potentially say I'm not happy in this relationship. I'm not gonna try and live a lie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to man up, pluck up the courage. Maybe not. I'll be like, this ain't working.
Yeah, on that, as you've got experience, how have you done it in the past? Are you more like a face-to-face, a phone call, texting? What's your method?
All of the above, but
Like,
preferences face to face. It's a lot of people be like, "What's the point if you're gonna reject me? Then if you're gonna like break up with me or whatever, just do it over the phone, send a text." But at the same time, like I don't know why, but I feel like I have to explain.
I feel like it is respectful. If you can do it face to face, I would say face to face. I just find it quite respectful because I've been rejected that way, and maybe other ways as well. For me, phone or like text or whatever, WhatsApp is like, right, you don't ring me. Okay, I get you're probably like nervous or shy, but I'm like, no.
I've been guilty of it. But the joke is like we actually did the face to face breakup and then continued afterwards, sort of thing. And I was just like, do I want to do it again? Like, is it like I don't want to part it off? But was it like a test rehearsal? The first one, and then the second one was supposed to be.
I don't want you.
And cut.
I don't want you. See, take one.
But yeah, I don't mean it in a deep way, but like I just felt like I didn't want to revisit that same scenario again. I said what I had to say.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. This is where we are. But yeah, I've been rejected through relationships. So like one of my ex-partners, she was dealing with stuff and she wanted to deal with things alone because she felt like some sort of dependency around me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're great for me, but like I just want to just do me sort of thing. Like there's so many shit going on in my life. At that time, I was vexed. You go through all the emotion. I was like, but I've been there for you from day dot, and now you want to. Okay, safe. But at the same time, like it took that time for me. Well, I had to take time and go. Okay, she's doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
Clearly, she needs to sort out her stuff. I had to accept it, and I had to like move on from it.
So you didn't take it personally, basically.
I did. I'm not going to deny it. Like for a length of time, I was just like, you go through anger. I'm upset now. I'm angry again. Yeah. Why are you talking to me? Because we still maintain like conversation. Like in fact, we're actually friends now, sort of thing. But like it was just like a bag of emotions.
But looking back now, do you sort of understand?
Oh, completely understand. Completely understand.
And you sort of would. Like,
I respect her for it. Yeah.
So you prefer that way, kind of.
But at the time, it's that rejection.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no,
because you're in the thick of your emotions, and it's like you just get.
And I was just like, no.
Me? No, you must be mad.
Me? I was standing by you in Pelican Bay. Training Day reference, guys.
Pelican Bay.
But yeah, it was just like, I've been there. I've been through rejection. I've served out rejection.
Yeah.
It's not the easiest thing to do.
It's
not the easiest thing to take.
I do sort of feel like I'm kind of in that situation now, but I've been like putting it off.
Okay, yeah. That's what I mean. We put it off as well. Like, how do you just pop up and be like, "Hey, by the way"?
yeah. Like you can't. Yeah, there's obviously no easy way to do or say.
Like even as like I've done interviews. Like, whoa, what's the term when you interview people? Interviewees. I've been interviewing.
Yeah.
Well, I've been interviewing people. Let's use that term. And I've had to call them up and be like, "Sorry, you didn't get the job." And you put it off throughout the whole day. Like you got in mind, I'm gonna call them at 12 o'clock just before lunch, so I can have my moment to go and like go gym or have my lunch and not think about anything.
Yeah.
And you like put it off, and it's 3 o'clock, and you're like, oh, I need to really do this. And then, you call them up. You're like, hello. It's like, hi. And you're like, oh, shit, they sound proper happy. I'm just about to deliver some bad news.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't get the job.
Can you write them a letter?
You can, but I like the personal kind of touch.
What, you like hurting people?
No. You set me up. You actually set me up. Wow.
No, actually, no. Something I didn't want to talk about is
set me up.
You know, so you know how you have you heard of pretty privilege?
Yeah.
So maybe someone who's like really amazing hair, or just really pretty in general, will kind of get certain benefits or whatever. So I've come across a certain number of women who have this kind of sense of entitlement. They feel that because they're pretty, they can and deserve whatever they want, whenever they want it. And they do not take rejection well.
Sure.
They do not take it well. Because obviously for them, their reality is that I can get any man to do whatever I want, or anyone to do whatever I want, and then when rejection comes, it's like, I'm not used to this concept. What is this?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that with yourself?
No.
Because like one of the examples that, like, so me mentioning the girl at Christmas who was kind of like, if anyone ever cheats on me or if anything happens, it's them. I'll never look at myself. It's not me. And I was like, but at no point will you ever kind of question yourself. She was like, no. And I'm just like, that's a really bad sort of way of like self-reflecting. Yeah, because it's kind of like you they come off this sort of like, I'm always right,
untouchable.
Yeah, I'm never wrong. It's always the other person. It's always the other element. And I'm just like, but then where's the growth? Where's the progression? If you don't understand,
where's the awareness?
Yeah, where's the if you don't understand and accept rejection as a part of life, which it is, then you're not going to go far. Fair enough, being pretty will help you to a certain degree, but after that, it's like, where are you going to go? Okay, pretty's only going to get you so far, and pretty doesn't last forever.
Where's your depth?
Yeah, after a while. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, and just it's a tough one. It is quite a tough one, man. But I think people just need to understand that it is a part of life. You got to learn to deal with it. It is what it is.
But also, like, when you're in that element and you've just been rejected, like, support systems, friends.
So reaching out,
be like, yo.
Yeah, but okay. In saying that, I'm not gonna go, oh, Anton, man, need a little hug. I tried to move to some girl, she parred me. It's like, I don't want to share that embarrassment with you.
But fam, you've done it.
I took it. But
at the same time, you're saying that, but you've done it.
Yeah, but then wouldn't you rate me more for getting the girl's number than for being like, Anton?
No, but at the same time, it's alright. Like, maybe because it's like the sort of understanding we have, but like, I'm not gonna give you like bare praise for getting a girl's number. Like, cool, you played the numbers game, you got a number, well done.
Yeah.
But I want you, like I keep saying, like even in the previous episode on friendship, like we spoke about people being vulnerable and open. Like I want to know. I don't want to hear about the success, like all the success stories. I want to hear about how. I don't want to hear it, but like I want you to be real. I want you to be like, boom, man, that was like the 5th girl this week. It's tough, man. Got rejected again. Oh man, sounds tough, you know. And I could be like, boy, yeah, I remember that time as well, man. Like, I don't know what was going on. Like, I spoke to like 4 of them, and like one of them just turfed me, bro. And like, oh man.
Yeah, I see what you mean. So kind of showing that other side of yourself, that vulnerability, essentially. Yeah. It's this openness, isn't it?
But I think that might be a kind of macho man thing as well.
Yeah, and I think it does kind of fall into the whole like ego aspect as well.
Yeah, which might go into your butters anyway. Talking, I can't deal with rejection chat. Like they're just not used to it.
Yeah,
and they probably have like their boys in the corner going.
Yeah, usually yeah. And the boys, what? No, I don't have it, bro.
No,
I feel like if their boys weren't there, and if it was 1-on-1, it's usually like a different situation.
They probably just go in the corner and be like,
oh, no, yeah, I call man, you're gonna have a nice day, miss. Boom.
Nah.
No?
Man's hurting.
That's
your
usually,
butters anyway.
No, I think that's usually, that's kind of how I'm like, I'll get cool friend and have a lovely day, man. You look lovely.
Yeah, that's but that's the way you should approach it.
Yeah.
Like, it should be like, cool, no worries, take care, have a lovely day. You look beautiful anyway.
You're missing out, though, still.
No, none of that. It's like, cool, it is the way it is.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think it's a big deal.
What is?
Like rejection.
No? It is a big deal.
It's part of life. It's not a big deal.
On reflection, when you're in it,
yeah, when you're in it, in that time when you're in your emotions, but then looking back, it's like,
hey, you grow from it. You learn.
Life.
You know, hopefully you learn from it.
It's
like, alright, cool, man. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. I remember when I got rejected from that uni. Cool, but I still made it.
Yeah, cool. Man.
Them sort of talks. I remember when I got rejected from that bursary that could have saved me getting a student loan. It was cool. I still got through.
Yeah, I remember from all those graduate jobs. Cool. Still doing well. Yeah.
The joke is, like, I remember I got rejected by the company I work for now.
Really?
But the joke is, I applied for them during. So you understand the merger.
Yeah.
So yeah. I originally applied for their graduate program. Was it graduate or undergrad program? Got rejected. And then for the company that I work for now, who were recently bought out by this company, I'm not revealing what company it is because people be like, "Oi!" Like, it's just weird that, like, sometimes I just want to turn around to her and be like, do you know you rejected me back in, like, when I was in, like, my 3rd year uni? You remember that?
Do you know whose I am?
Do you not remember that, no? No, but I'm here now, innit? Say something.
Give me all that money, innit? What now?
Say
what?
Say something. Say something. Take off that tax, man. Hey, turn up my personal allowance, man.
What's
Why am I reading 5:1:13? Like, move out of it, bro. Take it up, bro. Like, honestly, yeah.
Oh, man.
Rejection.
Oh,
But when you're in it, it's different. But when
It's
you're out of it,
completely,
you understand it's part of life.
oh my God. But yeah, no, let's just roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches.
Throw
Like,
it back and keep pushing.
that's all I've got to say on it.
Yeah.
Like,
No, fair enough. Short and sweet. But yeah, definitely. I'd sort of say, let us know of any sort of stories you have regarding rejection, whether that's been being turfed by a job, many jobs, turfed by like opposite sex, or anyone you've been interested in. Any like funny stories you have, any funny ways you've been rejected. I don't know. Yeah, just kind of shout us, let us know, and yeah, like feel free to kind of jump in the challenge. So the challenge is essentially like, yeah, going up to like a coffee shop or like Curry's or whatever, and just kind of being a bit cheeky. So just asking for something.
you have to record it.
Yeah, something that you know you're going to get rejected for, and then maybe get like a friend to like record it or whatever.
We're gonna have to do ours.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man. And then yeah, just kind of just send it to us and let us know, man. But yeah, that is us for another episode. Tag me in podcast, Ola.
Anton, you can find us on Instagram, on
yes,
Twitter,
that's
and also
right.
YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Check us out. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys around.